How many guitars do you own? How many do you perform with? How many? Does it change, or do you have like one go-to instrument?
I usually play my main guitar, which is this Paco Marin from Granada. I actually know Paco quite well, and I never actually paid for this guitar. I didn't steal it from him either. I won it in a competition. That would not be such a nice way of knowing Paco Marin. Yeah, he knows me. He knows me because I stole from him. No. So I won this in a competition many years ago, and I've been playing it since then. But I also have a guitar by a great friend of mine, Stephen Hill, which is inside this case over here. And I won this in a competition in January in 2017, and he just gave it to me right away, as opposed to Paco Marin, who took like 5 years to build it. But anyway, he's a great guy, and he actually has this institute of guitar making, where basically if you've ever wanted to build a guitar by yourself, you can go to Spain. He's got this workshop in the middle of the most beautiful town on the coast, next to Granada in Spain, and you can get a 1 month course with him, and at the end of the course you take home your guitar that you built yourself. So that's amazing. And then apart from these two, I also have a romantic guitar. Have you ever heard about the idea of a romantic guitar? Have you ever seen a romantic guitar before?
I probably, but I don't know.
I thought everything I played was romantic, but apparently not.
That's really the reason I started playing guitar.
So a romantic guitar is not one that will confess its love for you. It is an instrument from the Romantic period,
right?
Which is basically the time that ended with Beethoven. That started with Beethoven and ended, well, depends on who you ask. I mean, there are people who are writing music in romantic style this very moment. Right. But its heyday was all the way up until the beginning of the 20th century, basically.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like I'll show you if you like. It's like a classical guitar. Instead, it has a bit of a narrower body, and it has a totally different tuning mechanism. I'm gonna try to do this without breaking them. So this is a romantic guitar. It's really narrow. Yeah, and also smaller than a normal regular guitar. And the tuning mechanism is totally different from a classical guitar. It's like a lute or like a violin.
Right.
Basically, just a piece of wood that is stuck through another piece of wood. It's a little bit more challenging to tune, but you can get used to it. It's not that big a deal actually in the end.
It looks like a guitar
Mircea, one second.
It looks like a guitar that Fernando Sor played. Fernando Sor?
That's exactly the kind of guitar that he would have played. That is exactly the kind of guitar he would have played. That is perfectly right. And I also want that one, actually. It's like I never pay for my instruments. I actually just win them in competitions and stuff.
That's a nice problem
anyway,
to have.
so yeah.
Hey, Mircea, I got a question for this gentleman. So the reason why I was asking Mircea about his guitars is that when you do this professionally and you're serious about it, obviously you're going to have multiple guitars. But my guess would be that if you're always looking for your best performance, you want the one that suits you the best. And given how special that guitar is for you, is that the one you play most of the time?
The only one I play.
I was wondering
if you have to have the touch. Like I could pick up somebody else's guitar and not sound that well. It's all about your touch. You know that.
Oh yeah.
It's just the touch of
it's
it.
set up.
This has
You're
had
accustomed to
larger frets put in, so it's easier to fret.
So you had actually modified the
It's the frets only. Just the frets because they wore out. They were wore out, so I had to replace them.
So where did you find it? I mean, how?
Found it in a pawn shop in Weatherford.
What?
Yeah, this guitar is priceless. The only thing different is the gold keys with the African. The Black Forest of Germany keys. This is Black Forest trees, and gold plated. So that's the only thing that's changed on the guitar. And on the back it has the emblem of 369th out of 600, and there's no more left. You can't find them on the internet. Not Alvarez Yaris.
So what did you play before that?
A lousier guitar that was a lesser grade. That once you find your touch in the sound, you got it.